Nicola, is the pivot essentially means that organized crime provides its own violence, where previously you had to pay off, or you hired people from established violence groups, which happen to be sort of paramilitary or the like? This is basically the shift, would you say?
Well, the paramilitary groupings always basically tried to take money from tax them basically. And they successfully did that for a long time. And the last grouping, which is called the Real IRA, there's loads of these dissident groups that pop up and change names, and they're no longer organized structures. There's kind of rows within the command. They break up, they end, they come up with a new name. I mean, there's so many of them. There's the new INLA, the new INLA, the new IRA. But this grouping called the new IRA was probably the last of those that was attempting to tax the drug gangs in Dublin. And the head of the Real IRA was a guy called Alan Ryan. And he did run a pretty violent grouping, and they did manage to extract money off quite a few gangs. But then, in particular, one or two groupings went up against them, and he was murdered in 2012. And there was a moment of, was his death going to be avenged in such a way that we've never seen violence like it? But it wasn't. And that particularly set I suppose it just showed how things had changed, that the drug gangs had gone up against the dissidents. They had murdered them, and the dissidents didn't have the power to fight back. So it's just an evolving thing, as organised crime always is. I suppose in Ireland, while we have those sort of vast swathes of disadvantaged youth there that are easily groomed into these gangs, there's also a large population of sort of unemployed dissidents that are very eager to get a job as such. So they're available as enforcers. They do work. Sometimes they'll work as drug debt collectors. They will sometimes get freelance work as hitmen. They're there in the ether as well. And perhaps that makes us slightly unique to other countries. A lot of them, the dissidents now, are sort of just born in the wrong era. They would have liked to have been part of the war here, but they were just born too late. So they've gone for a career that's pretty much gone. It's in the past. So they have to sort of find areas for themselves to make money. Now, of course, the paramilitaries, the provisional IRA and the dissidents would absolutely deny that they tax drug dealers. They claim that they're there to community police and to sort of force the drug dealers out of the communities. But I mean, that ship has sailed. I don't think anybody believes that anymore.